really tell Coach Ham to put Kumaji back in the game or keep Kumaji in the game?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
that's not normal for a college basketball player.
I mean, the thing that we preach to the team is selflessness. You know, decrease ourselves and increase others. And I wanted to make sure that, especially guys like Chris, who's been playing really well so far these last few games, to continue to have a rhythm. He was blocking shots. He was guarding the three-point line pretty well and containing their guards as well. So I just wanted to reward him because he deserved it. You know, I know for a fact Chris would do the same for me if I was playing well, and he did. He let me play. Coach Ham let me play, especially in this game. So I got to continue to be selfless and let guys who are playing well to play well, and those who are struggling, critique them. You know, help them out, give them energy, and you know, if I continue to do that, it will be great throughout the whole season.
It looked like when they went on their run, I think they had a 9-0 run on. You weren't on the floor, and I think Coach Hamilton called timeout, and then you had something to say to the guys coming off the floor. You didn't look too happy.
I mean, the main thing I noticed was the energy was low. The energy we had at the beginning of the first half, and the energy we had, you know, near the end of the first half was, you know, was high, intense. Everybody was contesting all passes, you know, pressuring the ball handlers. And what I saw on the other floor, you know, guys just weren't as energized and focused. So I don't mind missed shots or bad passes or stuff like that. But when the energy's low and people are not focused on defensive principles, that's what kind of gets me going. And the guys responded well. When I told them, they looked me in the eyes. They said my bad, and we just moved on from there. And when we look at the film tomorrow, we'll look at all our mistakes and improve it, so we'll be good for St. Louis.
Have you been a vocal leader on the team all 3 years, or is this something that maybe you're more stepping into this year?
It's grown because my redshirt year, we had a lot of seniors. We had big X, a lot of alpha males, a lot of aggressive guys. So it's my job just to be subtle, focus on my role, which was green team, and challenge the guys in practice with every single scouting report. And then my redshirt freshman year, we had Phil, Brian, Trent was great, CJ, Chris as well. And my job was to be a rebounder and energy guy and just provide energy on defense as well and with the second team. And this year, I feel like being a vocal leader is a lot because we have a lot of guys, new guys playing for the first time that were redshirt, like Anthony, Turk, Wyatt, Devin Vassell. And, we have a transfer as well in David Nichols. So I feel like with the second unit, with me, it's my job to be more vocal because I'm playing with a bunch of new guys compared to who I was playing with last year, I mean. So that's why I feel like this year I'm more vocal leader just because of my role and how the dynamic change throughout the season.
The North Florida coach mentioned that his team has played Florida State a number of times over the years, and that this team seems to him to be the one that has just been the most connected, and just everybody seems to really know and embrace their role. Where does that come from?
I mean, it was established. We had a lot of team meetings leading up in previous seasons. And it just grew every season. Guys, learn to not focus on themselves because once that happened, ego, selfishness, other things start to creep into our team, and that's how we had slippages throughout the season. Whereas for this year, everybody seems to be all bought in, worried about the team first. Stats, all that does not matter. As long as we're playing hard and sacrificing even minutes, points, rebounds, all that, everybody just focuses on playing hard, defending the ball well, rebounding, and getting out in transition. I feel like this team just does a great job in that and focuses on those rules specifically, and then everyone else just kind of follows suit.
So it's a culture that was built and cultivated over years, not just this summer.
Definitely. I feel like the cluster with Terrence and Bake and Malik Beasley, they kind of just provided a lot of talent, and now it was our job as the newcomer players as well as the coaches to continue to cultivate that talent, build. We have a lot of high character guys on the team. It's just a matter of making that and using that purposefully throughout the season and being consistent with it.
You've had a privilege of practicing against Chris now for a few years, and he seems to really have, just grown as a player this year. And rebounding the ball better, blocking shots more, able to catch and turn and dunk. Have you seen that? Is this something you saw coming in practice? Is he noticeably better to defend
this year,
against?
especially in his senior year, he's have a much more serious focus. Like, he's always had that kind of work ethic and serious focus, but this year, way more dedicated in all, studying film, watching how guys are guarding him. He's recognizing that he's the tallest guy on the floor, and guys are riding him out the paint and, get under him. And he's using his body correctly and finishing correctly. He's working well in the weight room. He's consistent in practice, and he brings a lot of energy. So that's one of the main things that I noticed throughout this year.
What kind of, it seems like Devin Vassell is one of those guys that is always kind of in the right spot, as good things happen when he's on the court.
Yeah.
What can you say about him in terms of his potential and his skill?
He's very talented. When he first came here, he he's by far one of the most coachable guys on the team. You tell him something, scream, say it politely, he'll take it and apply it the next play. And I'm not surprised that he's playing this well just because he's taking coaching from us as well as coaches very well. He's working out in the gym on off days consistently, weight room consistently, studying film. He's doing all the little things that he needs to do, and to see him play this well is not surprising.
Great. Yeah. Last question. I'll promise I'll let you get out of here. So you're about a third of the way through the season, and where would you say, where to you feel like maybe the team's meeting expectations, and where is there some room for growth?
If I were to put a percentage on it, it'd probably be about 70%. I feel like guys right now are, the bulk of it is where it needs to be, as in togetherness, moving the ball, communicating, handling adversity. But the little details, whether it be handling turnovers well, free throw shooting or 3-point shooting, defensive discipline, those kind of things need to improve to make it so we're really good during AC play, postseason play, and March Madness as well.
Great.